Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Rebuilding from Within. And today I want to tell you the top 10, actually 11 remedies for complex PTSD. Um, these are uh, personal remedies that I use myself. Whenever I have a trigger or, one of those dark days, you know, I that day might be a weekday where I got to work and, lead meetings and talk to people. And, you're feeling like shit, but you have to work, you have to perform. Nobody really cares how you feel. It's about what you do in spite of feeling like shit. And if you are feeling like shit, you want to try to get over it, mask it, get through the day. You'll be very proud of yourself if you successfully, get through that day and you have a good day despite feeling your worst. So, let's get into it. I'm going to discuss the first most important first, because most of you are only going to watch the first minute of this video. I definitely want to give you the knockout punch. It works every time. It's the cold plunge. It's Wim Hof. Wim Hof is a great man, and what he's known as is the Iceman. He stays in cold water for a very long time, and it's October right now, and winter's coming around, and I'm really excited because I do have a small pool, and the temperature is going to be just right for a cold plunge. Anything between 32 degrees and 60 degrees is good temperature for cold plunging. And while you're in the water, you want to stay in there for 20 minutes. I think that's the good number. I like to do breathing exercises when I'm in the cold plunge. So that's number 2 on this list is breathing, and I'll talk about that later. But let's just keep talking about the cold plunge. This is the most important tactic. You don't always have the luxury of having a cold plunge. You don't have a pool, you don't have anything where to go, but you probably have a shower, and a cold shower isn't as good, but it still does the trick. As a matter of fact, I just got out of a cold shower. I was in it for about 10 minutes, and anytime I have to lead a meeting at work. I'm a consultant, and it's like I got to be on point. Usually I'm just gone. I'm dissociated. I'm not really paying attention to anybody. But if I really have to turn it on, I will take a cold shower right before it. That wakes you up. It adrenalizes you. It really turns your lizard brain on and just makes you only focus on surviving. And when you're trapped in that dark space of PTSD, you want to snap out of that state. Get into another frame, get out of your mammalian brain, get into your lizard brain or your human brain, but you want to get out of your emotional self. And it's hard to get out of that, but I don't know how to think my way out of it. I know, people talk about that online, but I like to do something physical to snap me out of the dark mood I'm in, and cold water is the best thing to do that. So take a cold shower for 5 minutes, and just pay attention to how you feel after that. You're going to feel more awake, more adrenalized, more optimistic, just a happier, more extroverted side of you. So take a look at Wim Hof. Take a look at cold plunges, cold showers. Seriously, it is the knockout punch. It works every time for me. If I'm feeling like shit, cold plunge. And after you get out of cold plunge, you are in cold water for 20 minutes. Your body's freezing. You don't feel cold. You actually totally get used to it after a minute. So after the first minute where you kind of endure it, you really just kind of want to surrender to the cold. And once you get used to it, you're in bliss for the 19 minutes. And then once you get out of the cold plunge, you do want to like hop in the shower, maybe lay in the shower for like 30 minutes and to warm up. Because if you just put on some clothes after a cold plunge, you're going to just be so cold. Blankets aren't going to help. You're going to need heat exposure. So do take a hot shower after you do a cold plunge. I like to maybe drink a beer or two while I'm enjoying myself in a hot shower. That is also a very special moment. You just got out of the cold plunge. You're totally adrenalized, totally in your lizard brain, and you're just warming up in a hot shower, drinking some beer. So all that is good, and the goodness of a cold plunge will last about 3 hours. Some days when I'm having a very bad day and I don't want to feel that way, I will do cold plunges every 4 hours, or like 3 or 4 times in a day, and that's a good way to get out of a bad day. Really good way. All right, number 2. This is something I do every day, every night. It's deep breathing and breath retention. So that started with Wim Hof. He showed me that. That's his second, thing that he really teaches you. He really only teaches you those 2 things: deep breathing and cold plunges. Deep breathing, you take deep breaths for about 3 minutes, and man, while you're doing that breathing for the first 3 minutes, you're totally gonna feel a change in your chemistry. You're just gonna get out of your mammalian brain, feel more like you're just living, surviving. You're in your lizard brain. You're just feeling good. You're oxygenating. I don't know how to say the word. Oxygenating your body. Oxygenating. You're putting a lot of oxygen in your cells, and it's so cool. When you do that, you wouldn't believe how long you can hold your breath after 3 minutes of deep breathing. Sometimes for the first time it's a minute, and then round 2 you might be able to get to a minute and a half, and then round 3 you might get to 2 minutes, and the most I've ever gotten is like 2.5 minutes. The holding the breath is probably the best part. It does take effort to deep breathe. You get a little tired and exhausted from it, and then you just hold your breath, and you can do it for a minute and a half. And what you're doing during that time is you're in a deep meditative state. When you do that deep breathing, it does release a drug in your brain. It's called DMT, which is a hallucinogen. There's no harm to it. Obviously, your body is just producing it by breathing oxygen. What harm can it do? It's a really good feeling. I've never taken shrooms or hallucinogens. I don't think I ever want to. I can get it on my own just by deep breathing. I can get that DMT, and it feels really good. That puts you in a good space. If I have to work 4 hours on work stuff, heads down, really got to focus, I'll put in a 20-minute deep breathing session, and then I'll be ready to go just for that slow thinking phase of just getting that technical work done. If you're having a terrible day and you don't have the luxury of a cold plunge, it's not winter, you're in the summer, one of those really, really bad days, deep breathing. I've done it like every hour on the hour on a really bad day, and you just get through that day. When you're having a terrible day, it's all about just getting through that day. Don't talk to anybody, don't express how you feel, don't say a word, just get through that day. All you have to do is live. You don't have to do anything for anybody. Just survive. That's enough on those days. You're really in that dark place. You just want to get through that day. With the weapons of cold plunge and deep breathing, you'll get through that day. If you do that stuff, you won't feel so bad. I'm actually kind of having a bad day. I only slept like 4.5 hours yesterday. Definitely felt adrenalized when I woke up. I did stay up pretty late and had to wake up early. And I haven't been able to get much work done or really think straight today. But I did take that cold shower and I feel so much better. So, yeah. All right, number 3, exercise. Any form of exercise. Another way to, get you out of your body or get you out of your mind and into your body. Get you into your lizard brain of just surviving. Any form of exercise. I do it all: running, swimming, biking, weightlifting, CrossFit. I have a really sweet home gym. That was like the first thing I wanted to build for this house. It's in my garage. I got a power clean platform. I got a squat rack. I got some adjustable dumbbells. I got a bench. I got some other stuff, kettlebell, medicine ball. I did CrossFit for about 4 years, and that was really awesome. I don't do it now. I try to do it just at home. I don't want to go to a gym. I think gyms are pretty toxic. A lot of somatic, narcissistic people at gyms, and a lot of women, take pictures of men that they think are creepy, and it's really demeaning that you see that. A lot of women, when they're at the gym, they're just taking photos, and then you'll catch them, pointing their camera at you, taking a picture of you, probably gonna post something on Snapchat saying, "Hey, look at today's creeper." So gyms aren't good. Don't go to gyms. You want to get a home exercise routine. Just stay at home. Avoid the road. Don't go driving. Driving is unsafe. That's how most people die young. That's how my cousin died. So I guess that really sticks with me. I drive once a week. I drive 5 minutes to go grocery shopping and then come back home, and that's it. I order everything online. Don't drive. Driving's bad. So you kill others and kill yourself. Exercise. Exercise is great. I was a great athlete. Growing up, exercise was my life from age like 3 to 23, and it is an important thing in my life. I don't do it every day, but I try to do it most days. I don't try to look like I'm cut or really looking good. I do it to feel good. I just do it as long as I want to do it, and then when I'm done, I do it. I'm done, and after you have a good workout, you just feel great for the rest of the day. You feel accomplished. You have a lot of pride in yourself for getting that done. I haven't gotten my exercise in today, but probably after this video I'll do that. Run around my backyard. I like to run around my backyard. Kind of play with my dog while I'm running, because she likes to jump on me when I'm running, and that's kind of fun. And then I get in my gym, do some power cleans, do some bench press, do some anything. I have the ability to do any exercise I want. I really, all you need is a power clean platform, a power rack, and a bench, and some adjustable dumbbells, and then you need some barbells and some soft weights. All right, number 4, a good night of sleep. That will fix a day. If you're having a terrible day, just hope and pray, it gets resolved through a good night of sleep. A good night of sleep will really get you from a bad day to a good day. I try to get 9 to 10 hours of sleep a night, from 12 to like 9. I didn't have a great night of sleep last night, and that's usually the number one factor to a bad day for me, is a bad sleep. So it's hard to exercise a day after you had a bad night of sleep, because you're just low on energy. That's definitely what I am right now. I just don't have the drive to lift weights and exert myself, but I still probably will do a little bit, just to get that pride in me, to say I did it. I got an Apple Watch, get to record it, it goes on my phone, stays there, get to check it out. It gives me a little graph, shows me how the active calories, and it's cool. So definitely get a good night of sleep. Make that a ritual. Try to go to bed at the same time. Try to wake up at the same time every day. Try not to stay up late or sleep in too late. Forget going out and getting drunk on weekends. You need to someday get out of that. That is a very toxic lifestyle. It really crushes you. I will drink at most maybe 2 beers in a day, never more. I'll never ever get drunk again. What I hate so much about being drunk is the hangover. It just gets worse and worse as you age. And for me, it's so bad that I'm not willing to even fuck with liquor, wine. I do enjoy a beer too, and maybe catch a small buzz. Nothing too crazy. It's just 1 or 2 beers, and I weigh 300 pounds. So, and I'll drink maybe 5 beers in a week. So I go through like an 18 pack of Heineken every 2 weeks, and that's not so bad. Drugs are okay in moderation. I definitely used a lot of drugs in my 20s when I was trying to cope with the complex PTSD, just having nowhere to go. Marijuana was a huge help for that. But, it does have a lot of negative effects. Anytime you're smoking something, you're not doing good for your lungs or your throat. So, I still use a little bit of weed, but mostly try to just ingest it. Gummies, just a couple gummies throughout the day. You never get too high of a high where you're too high, and it really lasts a long time when you do ingest, and you don't feel like you're ruining your lungs and your throat. I really just don't think what could be bad about ingesting THC. THC isn't terribly bad for you. What's bad for you is the smoke that you're ingesting. So if you're just ingesting marijuana, I think you're in pretty good shape. All right, number 5, laying in a hot shower. Even if you don't do the cold plunge, it's so much better with the cold plunge, but sometimes you don't have that luxury. Taking a nice hot shower for 30 minutes, and just, laying down, sitting down and letting the water come on you. Or if you have a bath, taking a bath, drinking a beer or two while you're doing that. That's a good thing. Number 6, circadian rhythms and daily rituals. What circadian rhythms are is just your daily clock. Your body wants to do the same things at the same time at each day. And if you are routinized, if you stick to solid routines, even weekdays and weekends, just every day, do the same thing, eat the same food at the same time, go to bed and wake up at the same time, defecate at the same time. Just if you exercise at the same time, if you do things at the same time, your body's going to thank you. It's going to be like, oh, I'm expecting you to do this, so I'm going to put you in the mood to do that. And it's just a good routine. So just to avoid PTSD is circadian rhythms and daily routines. Just trying to routinize your life. Put out a piece of paper and say, what is my morning ritual going to be? And for me, it's always the same. So I don't exude myself in the morning. I don't want to, but I like to read. That's really what I want to do. So I read a lot. I read as long as I want to, and then I get to work. All right. Number 7, just eating a solid. I like to eat hearty food, hearty diet. I have ulcerative colitis, but I tried every diet you could think of to try to fix it. Nothing worked. I just like to eat, beef and chicken and, Chinese food and Indian food, the hearty stuff, protein and meat. I'll never want to, go a day without protein and meat. That's what I like. You might be vegetarian, but that's what I like to eat. So just, eating the same food and eating food each and every day is going to do you good. So that's number 7. Number 8, no sugar at all. Fuck the sugar. If you're going to drink soda, drink Coke Zero, Pepsi Zero, Sprite Zero, anything with 0 sugar. You can drink that as long as you want throughout the day. I pretty much drink Coke Zero all day, throughout the day, about 4 or 5 a day. I don't think it's going to do me any harm. That's how everyone in America is. Most of us drink Coke. It's just bad if you're drinking the sugary every day. That's how you get diabetes. And if you do drink a lot of sugar at one time, you're definitely going to feel razzled, not feeling good. You're kind of slipping. You're getting into your PTSD state. So don't avoid sugar at all costs. Number 9, don't ever miss a day of taking your meds. Every day, know what your plan is of what your medications are. I have a 31 day, you know, kit for my pills, so that I make sure I never miss a day. And if I do miss a day, I definitely know I missed a day, and I know whether I took one in a day, so I never take two at night because I forget the first time that I took it. So never miss a day of your pills. If you're gonna like try to get off a pill, ask your doctor what's the best way to get off the pill and let them help you coast off. Right now I'm on the process of trying to coast off Zyprexa, and it's going to take another year. It's already been a year. It's going to take another year. I want to take it as slow as possible to avoid the withdrawals, and I'm going to go lower and lower and lower and lower until I get to microdoses, and try to just separate that pill as tiny as I can and just take a little bit, and hopefully I can get off the drug without major withdrawals. Long walks. Number 10 is long walks. If I'm having a terrible day, I'll try like to go on a long walk with my dogs. And what I love to listen to is like spirituality. Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra. Those are my two favorite. Just listening to them. They're really good dudes, and they have great intentions towards what they say. And you don't have to listen to it. You just have to have it in, and let that into your brain waves. It's just good waves. Spirituality is good. That's really good for you. I've read a lot of spirituality, and it does help. Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, Ryan Singer, Michael Singer. There's more, but yeah, that stuff's good. I do avoid self-help. Don't avoid self-help. That's just self-help, like the author is helping themselves. It's usually, I'm the greatest. Let me market myself and show you how great I am. And they have a photo of themselves on the cover. That's all fucking bullshit. Don't read that shit. And then number 11, watch what you want to watch on TV. I like to watch, cartoons. That's the schizophrenia in me. Family Guy and South Park. I don't even really pay attention to it. You don't have to. It's just like, Family Guy is just like small clips of random stuff, and there's really not much of a plot going on. It's good for that schizophrenic mind. I mean, everyone who is schizophrenic loves cartoons. They don't seem to be able to follow along with anything else. And like I've already told you, I don't really know how to follow along in conversation. I used to be able to. I was, just normal, but now I'm just totally gone. I can't do it. So that's the same with movies. I can't really pay attention to a movie. So yeah, cartoons are great. And then the other thing I like to watch is like war history, war documentaries. There's nothing better than, putting yourself in the shoes of the people that really pay the sacrifice for us, to live the way we do, and understand how they live that life, so that you kind of have perspective about like whatever you're going through. It's really not so bad, compared to the men and women who've served our country and maybe gave their lives, died in battle for us. I love World War II. I know everything about World War II. I'll probably make a World War II channel down the road. I really just eat it up. I've watched every documentary you can think of. I have everything on YouTube, pretty much every book. It's just, I love it, and that's the reason why I love it, is because it stops me from feeling sorry for myself. When you have complex PTSD, you definitely can have a victim mindset, and you don't want to have a victim's mindset. You never want to think of yourself as a victim. Don't be a victim in anything. I have complex PTSD. I may have schizophrenia, but I'm not a victim. You need to cut out the victim mentality. Whatever victimhood you think you have, fuck that. And put yourself in the shoes of police officers and military people, the people that really sacrifice themselves to protect us. Those are really tough jobs, and if you put yourself in those shoes, you're not really feeling sorry for yourself. That bad day kind of has some perspective, saying, wow, it's really not that bad compared to what others have done for you. In America, we really have the ability to live the life as free as we want, and that's not the way in every other place in the country or in the world. So, that's only because of our military who protect us. So, yeah, pay homage to those people, and watch military stuff. It's good for you. So that's all my 11 list. I hope you like it. I hope you maybe do some of this stuff, and have a good day.